Day 2 on road to 10 million. I thought I'd do a little update on my drive to work. Basically, last night I decided to spend 15 minutes just narrowing down on who my target client is. I think for a long time I've thought that the broader you are, the better, because the more customers you can have. But I realized that if you don't have a clearly defined customer, like imagine thinking of one person and you know him personally, you know all his problems, you know exactly what he does, what's missing, and what he needs to do. It's very easy to craft like marketing and sales, and all your clients will be pretty much the same with the same problems. So you can create the same solutions and actually have processes and systems that are consistent instead of everything being custom. So it's much more scalable to be niche. So last night I spent 15 minutes just to narrowly define who my client was, and I didn't finish, but I always like the saying 1% a day. And basically, when you're starting something new, you just do one thing that will get you closer. So instead of trying to solve all the problems, you just solve the smallest and first one you can think of, just to build momentum. So I've been doing this for a while, so I've been adding more and more work, but sometimes you can feel overwhelmed and not want to do anything at all. So if you can just get yourself to do one thing, then you're likely going to keep working after that anyway. At least that's what I've found. So last night I didn't get to a narrowly defined customer, but I, with the help of ChatGPT, came up with a list of B2C services and B2B businesses, just so I could get an idea of which category I have the most experience in and who I think I can help the most, who has the money to pay the price that I want, and the value I want to deliver. And I came to the conclusion that I should target a niche that is a consultant or an agency. So a B2B company, I don't know if it'll be a marketing and sales agency or a marketing and sales consultant. I think both those people, or a content agency. I don't think those types of businesses are going anywhere. I think they're just going to get more and more valuable. And I think with the systems that I have and understand, that's likely the person that I could help the most. So today I might try and narrow in on that and do a little bit more research on what problems they'd have and if I have solutions for those or not. And if I don't, then I'll probably move on to a different category. But the main thing is being able to figure out what their problems are, and you can do that like third party, looking what they're saying on other people's, or in like forums or Facebook groups. You can see what they're struggling with, or you can do your own surveys or your own marketing, your own one-on-one conversations. Basically any way you can gain insight into how they think and what they want. So what I might do is call or try and connect with just one marketing agency or sales agency, so that I can just have a conversation with them and ask them questions to uncover not only what their bottleneck is, but what they think they're struggling with. Because sometimes the problem people are actually having and the problem they think they're having are different. So you might have to tailor your messaging to the problem they think they have, or the problem they want to have, but it's not actually the problem they need solved. So that's a little interesting. I heard this thing, I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago, by Dan Henry. Dan Henry was saying that sometimes it's a good idea to solve the second problem or market to the second problem. Basically, a good example is like marketing the idea that you can help them increase the value of their clients. But there's a lot of people that are going to see that video that don't have any clients, and their problem is that they don't have clients, but they still want to learn step 2 because of, like, I forget what he called it, but I guess it's a sort of ignorance that they or like an ego thing where they want to gather all the steps before they even start, and they want to understand and think they know what they're doing. So if you can show them step 2, then inevitably they're going to need to fix step 1 in order to apply it. So step 1 can actually be your product, and you can give away step 2 for free, which I never thought about that before. I always thought you give away the first step and then you solve the rest of the problems. I never thought about teasing that this is how valuable it would be to solve step 2 or step 3, and then just foregoing step 1 in the beginning, and then that being the product that you sell. So you're kind of targeting a higher level client, but all the beginners that don't have any clients would need step 1. That's just one example of that framework, but I think that's a good enough update for now. I'm gonna listen to some Alex Hormozy here on my drive and get to work. Thank you. I forgot that there was another thing I wanted to share. The other day I was talking with some friends, and they were helping me work through something because I was kind of hating on myself for feeling emotion. Like sometimes you just get mad at something stupid, and then what I would do is I would get mad at myself for being mad because I knew that it was silly. So they were helping me realize that that's not helpful. I need to accept and understand that it's okay to feel emotion, and I guess be nice to yourself, and that no, it makes sense that you were mad, but judge yourself by how you act, not by how you feel. So I think that's some of the best advice I've gotten recently, is that you shouldn't judge yourself for how you feel. Judge yourself by what you do. You can feel shitty and still go to work. You can feel shitty and still work out. You can feel angry and still be nice to people. How you feel has nothing to do with how you should judge yourself or what your essence is, I guess. I think what you do is an expression of who you are, like the real you. If you're angry and you're mean to people, it's a lot different person than someone that's angry and is still nice to someone, still considers others. Just measure yourself by what you do, not by how you feel. So as I was working today, I figured out not only should I be targeting agencies and consultants, and I still have to decide on what category of agency or consultant, whether it's marketing or sales or something else. I think I also need to niche down on what our consulting is. So I think being the go-to for setting up data systems, so we have our 131 data points, and my assumption that I'm basing this business off is that businesses at this size, which is 3 to 10 employees, and they're just starting to scale. Maybe they're making 6 figures or multiple 6 figures. They likely don't have all these data points in place, and therefore they don't have a complete picture of their business. So what we do is we set up and make sure they have all those answers, and then from there we can upsell to strategic consulting now that we actually have the data to work with. But the main entry point is our data system and converting a small business into a legitimate data-driven business. So I think that's going to be the core essence of the offer. And yeah, that's day 2 on road to 10 million. I hope you learned something in this video, and I hope you did something hard yourself. And just let me know what you're working on, what I should talk about, and if you have any hard shit I should do.